in depth about a book that I've read, and that book this time is A Cliche Christmas by Nicole Deese. So this book, to give a little background, this book is a book about this girl named Georgia who is a successful screenwriter for Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies. And so she lives her life writing all of these Christmas screenplays portraying the perfect Christmas where her life really doesn't reflect that. And so her grandmother calls her and asks her to come back to the small town that she grew up in to help with this production for a fundraiser for this little girl who has cancer. And so Georgia goes back to the small town she didn't ever want to go back to, and is just thrown into everything that you can imagine that would happen in a Hallmark Christmas movie. It happens. You know, she runs into her high school best friend, and there's, history of some stuff that went on with them, and she has to deal with feelings and all of that, and it was so good. I went into it kind of expecting it to be just a really cheesy portrayal of a Christmas story you knew by the first 10 pages of exactly what was going to happen and how it was going to play out, and even though it was satisfying in the end, it didn't have a lot of meat to it. But I was completely blown away by the writing. Like, Nicole Deese, she did an amazing job of describing character, describing feeling, and really bringing you into those feelings and bringing you into those places. And it was just fantastic. Like, the writing was better than I was expecting. And then even though, when she meets the guy, her best friend, what was his name? Weston. When she meets up with him, they're little meet cute. She's on the side of the road putting chains on her car, and he pulls up. And so okay, something's gonna happen between them. But it doesn't just the way that Deese writes it is just so amazing, so good. And it doesn't, not every problem is wrapped up by the end of the movie, end of the book, which usually happens in those Hallmark Lifetime Christmas movies, or any movie of those for that matter, is that every problem that the characters face, it's all wrapped up in a nice little bow at the end of the movie. But this book, she presents problems with her mom, with this little girl that has cancer, with other things that go on in the book. It's not all completely wrapped up. Yes, there are some stuff that's wrapped up quite nicely, but it's not so much that you're like, oh my goodness, that could never happen. And yeah, so I highly recommend this book. If you are looking for a Christmas story that will just make you feel good, pick it up. And I believe that Nicole Deese is a Christian author. I believe she is. I think that's what it was portrayed as on the Goodreads giveaway. However, on that note, the thing that I always am not griping about, but just so frustrated with Christian literature and Christian art in general, is that it always seems to be subpar. They go too far with Christianity, and the characters don't seem real, and they just seem very cliche, really, honestly. But the thing that she does, she puts in Christian aspects into it, but it's not in a way that it's not what drives the plot, which is great. But it's kind of it's written into who they are. And I really love that about that, because it's really, yes. So it was amazing. I highly recommend this to anyone. Even a 15-year-old, 14-year-old would enjoy this book, and it would be perfect for a 50-year-old woman. I would say women. Men are probably not going to like this. Just like men usually don't like the Hallmark Christmas movies, they're not going to like this book. So, highly recommend it. Put it in someone's stocking. It's amazing. You guys definitely read it. I've said that so many times now. So, that is the Cliche Christmas, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!